What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be going over the weapons that have the highest DPS values for each of the archetypes in the Division 2. Now a couple of quick disclaimers here, this is strictly going to be coming from a DPS perspective, not handling or usability, recoil control, none of that. Just sheer raw damage output per second. Because when I make a DPS build, I don't care about the other stuff, I'll make it work. And I'm sure there are other people out there that subscribe to that mentality. We also won't be going over any exotics just for the sake of keeping everything baseline. Now a good portion of the information is actually coming from a super great spreadsheet that I'll link in the description. I did not make this and I'm not smart enough nor organized enough to do it, so check it out if you want more info on any of the weapons. So getting into it, let's go with the ARs. We have the FAMAS 2010 doing 5,301 damage, 30 round magazine, 900 rounds per minute, 79,515 damage per second. And the P416, 6,237 damage, 30 round mag, 750 rounds per minute, 77,963 damage per second. These are two weapons that have a very different feel but similar DPS stats. They both shoot 5.56 rounds and are capable of taking mods in all of their slots, allowing full customization. With the SMGs, we have Tactical Vector SBR 9mm, 4,366 damage, a 19 round mag, 1,200 rounds per minute, 87,320 damage per second, and the SMG 9, 5,613 damage, 32 round mag, 825 rounds per minute, 77,179 damage per second. Both of these use 9mm and have slots for all mods. One thing to note is that the mag size of the Tactical Vector, though it is my personal favorite SMG, you'll definitely want to look at something that extends the magazine, whatever you gotta do. Perks on armor, anything. 19 was pretty abysmal when I used it in the beta. LMGs. M60, 8,732 damage, 100 round mag, 500 rounds per minute, 72,767 damage per second. M249, 7,796 damage, 100 round mag, 550 rounds per minute, 71,463 damage per second. These guys are really similar to each other, however, this one is one of the rare occasions when even when I'm working on a DPS build, I'd rather have the M249 because they're so close in their actual DPS numbers. I'll take the better base stability for LMGs over a measly 1,300 damage per second in this game. Moving on to rifles, MK17, 17,463 damage, 20 round mag, 217 rounds per minute, 80,039 damage per second. M1A CQB, 14,345 damage, 10 round mag, 320 rounds per minute, 76,507 damage per second. Now I have not used the MK17 personally, but I love the M1A CQB, and judging by the stats, it looks like the MK17 is the better option. The bigger mag size is a huge selling point for me on these types of weapons. Marksman rifles, my personal favorite. SVD, 21,830 damage, 10 round mag, 260 rounds per minute, 94,597 damage per second. SOCOM Mark 20 SSR, 17,463 damage, 20 round mag, 275 rounds per minute, 80,039 damage per second. Now I would be remiss in talking about DPS builds to not bring up the M700. It has the best one-hit potential of any of the marksman rifles in the game to my knowledge. If you're going for a sniper damage build, the M700 is probably the way that I would go with it. The other two are much better to be used without the scope in my opinion, but personal results may vary. Shotguns. Double barrel, 64,860 damage, 2 round mag, 200 rounds per minute, 216,200 damage. Whew. Super 90, 29,934 damage, 160 rounds per minute, 79,824 damage per second. The double barrel absolutely killed it in this category for DPS, but it's the mag size that causes its issues. But straight up burst damage, it's the king and very little competes with it. The Super 90 is a great option too and allows for a little more customization than the other one does. Lastly, we have sidearms, the double barrel again with 260,200 damage per second, and the X45, 10,166 damage, 17 round mag, 400 rounds per minute, 67,773 damage per second. Now, technically, the 93R from the sharpshooter has more damage per second than the X45, but these are broken right now for the specializations, that's why I included the other one instead. It's worth noting that using the double barrel in this slot arguably makes more sense than running it in the primary slot due to them having basically the same stats. And if it was me personally, this is the slot that it would go in if I was going to run the double barrel shotgun. Now before I close out this video, I did want to say that if you are new to the series and go to test this stuff for yourself, your individual results will vary based on the stats on the weapons and the armor that you have, as well as the enemy type that you're shooting at, so be careful not to make a faulty assumption about any kind of weapon that you're dealing with. I only say that because when I was getting into the first game, it was a massive hang up for me not realizing how much the stats and the enemy type actually mattered in terms of veterans, elites, and normals. That's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope it helps and gives you a decent baseline for your builds. Leave me a comment about what you think the best options are outside of DPS. Like this video, it really does help me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel for future Division 2 content. With that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.